Pricing the surface, chill, waiting for rain to color. But she should have noticed it was only August. The call she felt wasn't from the weather, was from his poison.
Welcome to Manifestations Made Easy Season 3. My name is Anjashi and I'm here to solve your problems about manifesting a specific person. This season has been all about manifesting a specific person fast, instantly, at whatever pace you want, today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, tonight, anytime. So I discuss certain topics about this. Also, I have my personal coaching. You can book a session with me. You can mail on this address that I provide, anjashi.work at gmail.com, anjashi.work, WORK at gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm named Anjashi Sarkar, ANJASHISARKAR. You can book a session with me over there as well. I offer one-to-one coaching sessions through video calls, voice calls, whatever suits you. And I've been at this for some time, and I can guide you in the simplest way possible. Of course, my way of coaching is a little different. I have a more practical based mindset. Of course, I will not be telling you to read lots of books about this, but I'm going to tell you simple things. In that way you can just get these things working in your favor. Now today's topic is visualizing correctly to get or manifest your specific person. So how do you basically visualize so that you can manifest your specific person? Now, visualization, so many clients, they keep on asking me, how do you visualize? Just what is the exact process of visualizing? Do you meditate? Do you sit quietly at a place and you sleep, or what do you do in order to visualize this whole thing, that where you are with the specific person and you're getting married, or you're somewhere you're having fun, whatever. So my only advice to these clients has always been that whatever you are visualizing, it'll be easier for you if you do it with open eyes. So when you are closing your eyes and when you try to visualize, you often see that you are in the third person. So let's say that it'll be like a photograph. So you see yourself in that photograph and you see this person. Now this is a little dangerous because what happens is that you are manifesting that reality, but you're seeing that whole episode or that whole that event in front of your eyes, and that person might be anybody else with your specific person. So I suggest that you do this whole exercise with open eyes. You can sit quietly, or you can even be in a public space and just feel that warmth of this person. How would you feel if this person is beside you and if this person is talking to you? For which I always recommend that you use a terrifically good memory, like a memory that just has been your favorite. It just overpowers every other memory. So my best memory with my specific person has been when we had first gone out for this bike ride, and we had gone to this very famous place in Delhi 6. It's it's the old Delhi, straight just in the out, not even outskirts, but it's like a suburb area where there are so many people. There's a lot of business going on, and they have the best non-vegetarian food. So it was that bike ride that it's my best memory. And we were in this Royal Enfield, and we were just enjoying that breeze. We passed Purana Killa, and we saw these other forts and the monuments that were on the way. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. So whenever I find myself in situations where, I am having this negative thought about this specific person of mine, and if he's angry or if he's disappointed or if he's not talking to me, I go back to that memory and I just convince myself that how happy I was when I was with this person, how happy I had been when we were going out and having food together. Because those days where that new love you have, and you just you're just swept off your feet, this guy is with you, you have this romance going on. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling, and that's how you get on with that idea. So I always recommend using a really good memory to visualize. Also, there are other ways of visualizing. Like, the best technique after this is to write down the thing that you want in your reality a total of 55 times. Now, it's a technique that most people abide by because it's easier, and it sort of creates a conviction in your head because you remember it, and it sort of gets into your brain easily, just like you're solving a maths problem, but unless you solve it on paper, it just doesn't stick in your head. So it's the same thing, and that's how I feel these techniques work. Like, there's a visualization of a powerful memory, and there is one where you just write. Another technique, however, is sketching, where you can sketch the entire event, and you can just stick it somewhere in your room, in your closet, wherever, where you can see it whenever you want to. Now, why I think that writing and sketching is a much better way, because you can write down the thing that you really want to see in your reality, and the more you write about it and the many times you just keep on repeating it to yourself, the more successful you're going to become, because you see, that's that conviction in your head, and there is no other way that you're going to fight that feeling, because you're constantly writing for a total of 55 times, and if it doesn't stick in your head, if it doesn't just sink in, you just go on writing some other lines until the message sinks in. So that is how that visualization technique also gets working for you, because then after this whole method, when you just try and visualize yourself in that position and you are in that first person, it becomes practically easier for you. I've experimented this and it has always been a success. Some of the major events that I had altered was, there was this fight with my specific person, and I wanted to shift that reality. I wanted to change it. So I wrote something like, we didn't have a fight at all. It was just that, I had a bad dream. I had a nightmare where we had fighting. And apparently that actually worked in my favor, because he did not remember anything of that fight when I had later on asked him. So you see, this thing really works for you if you are trying to manifest that reality. Now, also, some people ask me that how do you exactly get hold with that visualization technique? Like, what do you basically do to make this into a conviction? Like, some people have these subconscious thoughts in their mind that maybe we'll not be able to manifest this person. I only tell you that if there is a negative thought at all, because you see, you're a human being, and if you resist something, then it is going to persist. So you just stop thinking that this negative thought is just overpowering my other beliefs and faiths. You let that feeling pass. You don't have to be in that state of mind where you're constantly blaming yourself because you're not being able to do something. So you stop behaving in that manner where you're giving off a desperate vibe that you're not able to get the hang of it. You forgive yourself, you stop the self-blaming, you stop the self-pity, you stop victimizing yourself, and you just accept that negative feeling, because the more you make peace with it, the more easily it will go off from your head, and then you don't have to struggle with it. It's a little bit of self-control, and that practice in your alone space, and you can do it all the time. But the best way how you can get rid of negative thoughts is not to fight them, not to escape them. Most people probably go into substance abuse and drinking and smoking and whatever like that, but that's not a really healthy way of tackling these problems, because the more you confront your emotions and the more you're able to get a hold over them and you can face them, it makes you stronger as a person, and then only then you can control those negative thoughts. You will not let them allow in your space and not let them hamper your reality. Because I remember the many times I have had an argument with my specific person. All the time I was a very different person from what I truly wanted to be. So I want to be someone who has an opinion or who wants to say something. But when I was arguing with my specific person, then I was a really bitchy and argumentative, not bowing down, or really stubborn and adamant. These things, they are not in my reality. I'm not a person like that who will argue for no reason. So I keep calm during those situations, and I always manifest a reality where my specific person has, a proper relationship with me. We are very happy. We don't have any such wants which can lead us to other places. Also, I know that he might not be very expressive, but I visualize him expressing certain things to me which sort of screams that he is in love with me, and I don't doubt that process. I keep on expressing my gratitude to the universe that even if it's a small initiative, but he at least makes an effort, and that is more than enough. So visualization techniques, if you treat it as a technique, then you won't get the hang of it. If you treat it as a simple exercise, something that you like, just like eating food or like drinking water, if you just treat it in the same way, you're never going to have a problem with that. And for that matter, those people who think that visualization takes a lot of meditation and a lot of quiet space and everything, you're free to do that. Whatever floats your boat, anything that increases your faith, that can always be put to practice. For me, my faith is stronger by reading the Quran and praying to the Almighty, praying to Allah. I always express my gratitude to him because I have a life which many people are probably praying for. So I always express gratitude whenever I can. And when there is a situation where I might have visualized something and the opposite turns out in front of me, so I just tell myself that it's not my reality. This is not my reality, because my reality is something that I have had in the back of my head. And if at all the circumstances are otherwise, or something in front of me is just the opposite of what I've imagined, I just treat it as a bridge of events. Because if let's say that I have a fight with my specific person, I know that after this fight he might be more affectionate towards me, or we might move in closer, or perhaps I can become a better human being. I can express myself more clearly. I can be better at communication. I can be anything at all. So I always take out the positive side of whatever problems arise, because it's honestly, it's a lot of hard work just thinking about whatever negative has happened, because you can always mend whatever has gone wrong. In this world, in this universe, there's nothing that cannot be fixed. Everything can be fixed if you have the willpower and the intention to make things right. So visualization is also like that. If you set the intention and if you visualize in that manner, you are going to find success. But if I have to recap this, I might tell you that visualization can happen only when you have a faith as strong as something that exists. So let's say if you know that God exists and nature exists and the universe exists, so you visualize putting your faith in that universe, that whatever I am visualizing, the universe will make it true for me. Whatever I am wishing at the moment, whatever I am desiring, the universe has my back, and I'm going to find success in that. That's it. There is no other way where you can have this going for you. Also, if you're too much into reading stuff and reading Neville Goddard, then you are a pro at that, because whatever he says and the way he explains it, for that matter, even Abraham Hicks and a lot of YouTubers who have just mastered this art, if you're following them, then I guess that's a more technical way of following this path. But I'm telling you what works for me and what I had experimented, and that turned out extremely successful. So that's about it. I hope you liked this episode. That takes me to inform you that this is the end of the season, and I'll meet you the next season with some more topics. Send in your queries and your questions to the email that I have listed. Also ask me if there's anything you need clarification about. You have my details. You can search Anjashi Sarkar, ANJASHI SARKAR on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm available on DMs and texts. Do reach out. I am waiting for your feedback. Thank you.